Hey guys, it's Skits Tony here, back with another YouTube video. I hope you're in your happy and safe place. I hope you are enjoying or about to enjoy your weekend because it's Friday and you know what it is. We got the good days, Saturday and Sunday ahead of us. And if you're reading the title of today's video, we're going to talk about getting lost, feeling lost, and what to do when you feel lost, and why actually being lost is a very good thing. Now, how do I organize my ideas? I think we can start off by telling you guys that I used to be lost for a very, 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 very long time. I am 36 years old right now, and I could argue that I was lost for the first 34 years of my life. And what does that mean? It means I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of felt stuck for a very long time, trying to answer questions like, what's going to make me happy, or what makes me happy? What do I want to do for the rest of my life? Should I trust my instincts? Should I take a leap of faith and work on my dreams or work on my aspirations? And at a very young age, say at about when I was graduating high school, I was 17, 18 years old. I did not know what I wanted to study because I'm the kind of person who really enjoys a lot of things. And upon graduating high school, I did not know if I wanted to study art or major in art. I didn't know if I wanted to study or major in languages. I didn't know if I wanted to study music. I didn't know if I wanted to study photography. I didn't know if I wanted to go, to the other side of the world, to a country like China and study Mandarin, for example, which was what happened. But I had all these things, right? And I like so many things that I just couldn't decide to pick one. And the longer the seconds in the clock were kind of approximating to the moment in time where I had to take a decision, I really didn't take any. And then I traveled abroad. Like I said, I went to China in a sabbatical year. I went to Shanghai. I lived there for almost 1 year. The thing that I least did back there was study. And the thing that I did most back there was doing a lot of drugs. And I came back home. I had like an intervention, and then I got my ass sent back home to Venezuela. And well, that's another story and another topic for a different video. But point is, yeah, and that kind of behavior and that kind of pattern was something that really stuck with me for a long, long time. And I think I've said this in a video. I am what you would call a hikikomori, or a NEET. And for the longest of times and for many, many years, all I did was play World of Warcraft and not leave my room until, my situation with drugs started becoming really, really, really critical, and I got sent to a rehab for the first time. And that's when, leaving rehab is when they kind of stuck out a sword and pinned me against the wall, because for the very first time, I had to go look for a job, and there were no options here. The only thing that I could do was become an English teacher, and I started teaching English in this institute very close by to where I live back home. And everything started kind of I guess in a normal sense of the word, of what does a normal person do? You have a job, you have a hobby, you have a routine, rinse and repeat, and you do this for many, many, many days. I started, kind of like my normal or my social reinsertion arc. And after teaching for a few months in this institute, one of my cousins, who is a software developer, he let me know that they were looking for a language specialist at his firm, and I applied for the job and I got it. And I worked there for over 3 years, or almost 3 years. Let me think. Yeah, three years and some change. And even while I was working as a language specialist slash English teacher at this software developer firm, I was still lost because every single day I pondered, right? And I thought to myself, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Or is this something that really fulfills me? And you could picture my ass being like in this crossroad, right? And this crossroad had many different paths or many different alternatives. I was just there, like the same guy that was just graduating high school. I did not know what I wanted to do. That was me, just with a few more years on top. And yeah, I always had the opportunity to realize my dreams and do what I wanted to do the most, which is, either music or content creation. And I never took the leap of faith. I was kind of always scared to be the guy who's holding a camera right now and talking into it and trying to be as open or authentic or trying to just be myself. I had a problem with that within, and I never built up the courage to do just what I'm doing right now. And I was there. I was stuck. And by being stuck, I was also lost. And this kept on happening for many years. And to kind of combat the anxiety that comes with being lost, I would shield myself with either playing video games like I've always done and or doing a lot of drugs. And that behavior stopped when I decided to find myself. It wasn't very easy, now that I think about it, but I understand now that it just had to be this way for me to become the person that I am today. And maybe some of you who are watching or listening to me right now and you're watching this YouTube video, you might say to yourself, hey man, being lost for 34 years or not knowing what to do in 34 years, that is insane. That is a lot of time wasted. Yeah, you could argue that I kind of boarded the last train at the last station, at the last minute, and at the last second, in comparison to other people who realize and find themselves at a younger age. And that is very much valid, and that is very much true. I mean, it's a valid perspective to have. If you were to ask me, I guess in a realistic sense, would I have liked to find myself or do the thing that I love at a younger age? I would probably answer yeah, for sure. But, I think everything happens for a reason. I think that the life that you lead, right, and the crossroads in which you stand on and the paths and the journeys that you have to go through, the adventures that you have to live by, I think that is all managed by the higher power, by God. And it's something that maybe we don't understand while it's happening. And it might be something that we question a lot. But there is a saying out there, right, that God's timing is perfect and God is never late. God always arrives when it's the perfect time to do so. And instead of burdening myself with my own toxicity and, kind of flagellating myself with, it took me so many years to finally do this. It took me so many years to finally get a camera and have the balls to talk into it. It took me so many years to, just take that leap of faith and do what I love the most. In retrospect, right now, I feel pretty calm because, yeah, it did take me a long time. It did take me 34, 35, and even 36 years to find myself. But here I am. And what I want to say is everybody's journey is different. You are a unique individual, and your timing and your pacing and your adventure is completely different from any other person in this world. So there are going to be people who find themselves, when they're pretty young, when they're in school. And then there are some people who are going to find themselves after they graduate college. Or there are even some people who are going to find themselves after ending or breaking up with their significant other and living through something so devastating that you wouldn't even believe it. It takes time, it really takes time. And everybody is different. And because everybody is different, everybody's timing is also different. There's this, I'm probably going to talk about something very silly here. And it's like a story that you get to see in Naruto, right? Naruto, this happens in the Zabuza arc, right? Very early. And there's this guy, this very young ninja called Haku. And when you get introduced to this character, he's like a Anbu level character, right? He's like, his rank as a ninja is very hard to reach. And for the age, he's a very young character, and he achieved this rank by, maybe being a prodigal level character or being very insanely talented. And Naruto questions at one point, he's like, bro, why is this kid, how come this kid is an Anbu? How come this kid is so elevated, in this like ninja ranking system, and how come I'm only, getting like the lowest level ninja? And Kakashi tells him, Kakashi being his master or his teacher, he tells him something like, bro, you're gonna see all kinds of people in this world. There are people who are older than you who don't even know how to walk, or they're not masters in the field that you are looking at life through or you're gauging at. And there are people who are even younger than me and younger than you who are at a point that you will never transcend or be at. So what he's trying to say is that there's all kinds of people. And yet there might be the 80-year-old guy or the 90-year-old woman who's lost and who's never going to find themselves because they don't look hard enough, or they yet have to go through something to find themselves. And there could also be a person out there who's literally 4 years old, and this guy or this girl, he's already set, and his determination is unwavering. His path and his purpose was given to him at a very early age, and he sticks with it until he dies or she dies. Moral of the story in this YouTube video, without yapping too much, is, hey, in order for you to find yourself, you first have to get or be lost. And if you are overly anxious, if you are stressed, if you are confused, I just want to tell you that, hey, it's okay to feel that. And if you are looking, right, to find yourself, if you're searching within and you're also searching outside in this beautiful world, sooner or later, you will find yourself. All right? So don't be anxious, don't be stressed, and don't be confused. A person's timing is very unique, and everybody has a different journey. Everybody lives a different adventure. Everybody's story is unique. And hey, sometimes it takes time. So if you are lost, then instead of being so worried and so nervous and so, on edge and anxious about it, why don't you enjoy being lost for a little bit and see how that goes out for you? Because like I just said, if you really want to find yourself, and you are working actively towards it, then believe me, you will. And with that being said, this is Skits Tony out. I will see you in the next YouTube video. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and thank you for tuning by. Peace!